Is the crypto cycle over soon? That is the question everyone wants to know the answer to. I'm going to keep holding. Let me know what you're going to do. When you've survived a minus 99% crash, though, you are immune to the 4-year cycle Jeets who sell and FUD crypto from here. The toughest of battles, my friends, will have the best of rewards. And I'm going to remind you as well, we're still in Year of the Snake. I've shown you this picture before. I'll show it to you again. My favorite horse is a unicorn, and next year is a Year of the Horse. A lot of people are very quick to call the end of the crypto cycle right now. Every time we stop, everyone's saying it's over, it's over, it's over. That's not what tops are like, especially in crypto. Bull markets end when you run out of buyers. We have not seen anything like that yet. And also, we've got some good news that's been coming our way. For example, friends, this is Roger Ver. Roger Ver, who acquired 250,000 Bitcoin at just $1. He has reached a deal with the Department of Jelly Beans, the DOJ, to drop charges. Remember, Roger Ver is a libertarian. He also supports PulseChain. So he was going through some tax issues. I think the Biden government, they were doing anti-crypto stuff. They're calling it crypto bro stuff. And I think he's reached like a $48 million settlement, which is way better than billions of dollars. Maybe we'll see Richard Hart settle with the Interpol or something out here. This is also a video from earlier, friends. We have Ivan, who was commenting on the PulseChain sacrifice treasury movements the other day.
Respect. Pida, what's happening, guys? I heard that Richard Hart left you because he took the money from your treasury because, you know, the Hex community, they're saying that the money in Richard's wallet is theirs, and that they have one of the biggest ETH treasuries. Well, Richard took that money. He put it in Tornado Cash.
So, yeah, he explains pretty much the path of what's been happening. Remember, friends, we're in a PMI 49 environment. I'm making all this news summary here for you. I could give you like 15 other big macro variables to show that the economy is still cool. It's not hot. It's still cool. It's just now everyone's arguing how cool is it going to get? Is it going to get too cool where they enter a recession? Could be, man. It could be. We could. It's just that we have so much room to cut interest rates. Plus money stimulus, plus QE handouts, plus global liquidity injections. There's a lot of things that they can do, I guess, to buy us some time if we do decide to go down. Remember as well, friends, if you're a pencil neck, you get nothing in this life, especially crypto. You're going to have to hold through the fiery pits of hell, Valhalla waiting for us. The longer the base, the higher the pump into space. So that's what it's come down to, friends. I mean, we've had this very dampened business cycle that's been going literally down forever. And we just hope that, say, we get some Pumpy G music to smooth over the pain. Because AI powering the future, but it hasn't hit retail yet. We're just asking AI questions. It's doing some cool stuff with videos and everything out here, but we really haven't seen this like huge moment where people's minds really blow. Okay? Family-friendly type of blow. Crypto is full of surprises. If you look hard enough and believe with your soul, you'll absorb the upside surprises. Future millionaires are currently awaiting the next phase. We've been waiting for a very long time. Yep. A lot of people, friends, they're selling. I know they're selling. It's been not just very, very tough, but it's pretty much broken everyone out here because you're seeing every other risk asset in the world go up. Literally everything, even things that do nothing like gold. Even that's starting to catch up, and everyone's wondering when's the turn for crypto. You know, we're all waiting, man. We're waiting for people to start to feel better. They're getting destroyed by the kippy. They're getting destroyed by the real monetary inflation. Don't forget, we are still friends, though. I would not fade the friendship cult if I were you. So why am I telling you about this? It's because think about who you're long with right now. You are long crypto with people who have sat through 4.5 years of pain, who have been destroyed. And that's a strong hand. That's someone who refuses to leave. The 4-year cycle Jeets are going to run into a wall and exit too low. They can use Hex Jam Hex. I love this video, friends. I love this video. Pretty much straight smack. That's exactly what we're going through right here. Man, this AI looks exactly like this. So wild, man. So wild. You know, we're all going through it. You got to think about that, friends. Generally in markets, you want to be buying and holding with pessimists, right? And then you got to be thinking about your exit when everybody's optimistic. Okay. No one's saying, oh, 2026 is going to be amazing. No one's saying that. The only bullish case we have for 2026 is Arthur Gaze. And I've got a video coming out shortly after this for you to speak about the death of the 4-year cycle. But when we're bullish on next year, we're saying, hey, they just have to print money. It's like really bad. So we're not even really bullish. You see, it was not like, oh, the economy is going to kick up and everyone's going to be amazing and do handstands and the economy is going to boom. We're not saying that. We're just saying, oh, they have to print money next year. So that's another indicator that we're like nowhere near euphoria right now. And remember, crypto is the red pill. We are in the wild, wild west. Bags can go minus 99% or pump 10x, hopefully 100x or more. As you get to see, friends, with Binance and their JPEG season chain rotation and stuff out here. I'm giving you the highest value content in crypto to report this to you because everyone's always wondering, friends. Everyone's wondering, should I be rotating out? Am I in the right place? No one has the answers, man. I mean, I'm giving you examples as well, friends, earlier. When we were doom scrolling, I showed you about Cardanzo, the daily active users. The daily active users, friends, for Cardanzo was 10,000 people in 2020. And then it grew to 100,000 plus. That's a 10x. And then you did get the 100x price increase. Something interesting as well, a bit for the future, just so you know, friends. Twitter is free for most of us. It's just not entirely free. Twitter bans you if you criticize juice. Okay, so you can't criticize juice. It's interesting how these things are all playing out. AI, friends, is getting really powerful really fast, and they're able to program stuff into it. But yeah, look at this. These accounts on Twitter are literally getting suspended for the Israel stuff out here. But that might come to a conclusion soon because Trump has asked for peace, and then Israel started attacking Hamas after the peace deal. But they have the midterm election next year, so they might have to put a pause on anything, and it will get people to basically think about a better future tomorrow. Because right now, it's pretty hard for everybody to think about a brighter future when you have like all these bombs and stuff going on everywhere. So a lot of people wonder, you know, how long is the pain going to go for? Look, most of the crypto altcoin market is in limbo besides a few cherry-picked coins. And we already know, right, altcoins, I keep telling you this, that they're an extension of the business cycle. No one talks like that, friends. No one says that. When people see a PMI of 49, they go, oh yeah, you're bad because you just can't make money. And what they'll do is they'll go cherry pick a few coins that are up, and they'll go, oh, BNB's up, or this thing's up. They'll cherry pick like 5 to 10 coins, and they go, oh, see, these things are up, therefore you fail. And look, no one knows the future. We're just taking bets, right? I think if you're concluding everything about prices here, I still think you're wrong. That's just what I'm doing, right? I'm long, you know? I'm staying long. I think it's just the polar opposite of saying JPEGs are the future back in 2021. Okay, the polar opposite of that is saying, oh, well, nothing's the future. Okay, the PMI data currently 49. I remember it comes out at the beginning of every month, but it's kind of backwards looking. It is backwards looking as well. The real indicator of what the price is doing, you can pretty much just look at literally the Russell 2000 and then just see how Bitcoin and Ethereum are moving in a month. And it gives you an idea of what's coming ahead. In all 6 alt seasons from before, 2013, 2017, and 2021, the PMI was between 40, 54, and 60. Okay, so here's a cute picture of Patrick, who's a good boy. Lovely picture out here. So that's the difference, right? That's why the difference. That's why, you know, if people who have sold, friends, like they really want to sell. They want to just, you know, they're done with crypto. They just want to leave. They think like, because you got to remember as well, a lot of people are really happy to sell because they genuinely think altcoins are going to drop 90% in the next year, and they'll be able to buy back 10x their supply. That's what they think is going to happen. That's why they're more inclined to sell and do that. But I'm looking at this PMI, and I'm showing you that all the big alt seasons that have happened, high PMI. We are still in a bad environment, you know? So no one knows what the future holds. I continue to stay long and strong. Something interesting, do you remember the Token 2049 Singapore Summit? What I learned from my first crypto event in Singapore, everyone is trucking poor. From all the conversations, diners, and all of that, I was the one who ended up paying. Number 2, 90% of people are nerdy as F. 10% are founders and ready to dump on 90% of people who admire them. Cheers. So I found this funny as a funny review of everyone out here. It sounds like it's very snarky because there's a lot of tokens out there, just nothing's doing well, but the PMI environment's been poop, so that explains a lot. But you got to think about why we're here, friends. You got to think about why we're here. 3 secrets of PulseChain, right? 3 seals, 6 under 9th dawn. Liberty strikes again. This is a Donald Trump themed Pikachu. You got to think about why we're here. Early Bitcoin, no one knew it was going to go up. Otherwise, everybody would have bought and held more. No one knew it was really going to go up the way it did, but they just believed in something. They believed the world needed another financial system that can't get debased. We need to just make the rules by mathematics and code set from the start so everyone agrees on it, and we just have an international internet country, and the people decide from that point. So that's why we're still here, friends. We're still here because of the principles of that. And yeah, we hope other people in the world see value of that too, but it's just a matter of time, man. So it's just a matter of time before we get the ignition candle. People know, friends. People know that they've been rinsed at the gas station with food. They're just not keeping up with inflation. The thing is, though, crypto has just been getting obliterated worse than inflation. It's down 90%, and the inflation's been hit. But there's going to be a unicorn coin or effect somewhere. That's what happens every cycle, the ignition moment. We thought it was going to be Trump coin. It wasn't. It's a year of the snake, man. Year of the snake. What a fake out. What a fake out that was. So it's just a matter of time, right? We just don't know exactly when. But that's what makes careers in this moment. Like when they make documentaries of these, friends, in the future, and they will. Trust me, they will. They'll be asking people who made it, like, you know, what was it like? What's it going through? And you're like, man, it was like really, really, really thought it was like so over. We thought it was really, really, really over. All your savings are down. It's been 4.5 years. Gold's up. Stocks are up. Everything in the world has gone up. Literally everything except your stuff. You have thousands of people yelling at you saying it's over. You have no value. Nothing's ever going to move. And you're like, you know what? I'm just going to hold anyway. Why? Because you've been a loser your whole life. The other people who are saying to exit, everyone's a loser who's talking like that. I'm like, well, I just don't want to be on the same side as losers. You know? And then history's going to repeat all over again. The cycle's going to repeat. Because that's it, friends. Remember, bull markets, they're born in the depression, grow on the skepticism, they die on the euphoria. If I have a quick look at the Coinbase App Store ranking right now, it's ranked 214. Nowhere near top 10. Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Catch you soon.